there's no right scientific way of presenting information about a company's profitability or prospects or financial position. And so it's subject to a political process. And there's always been a governing board that is kind of like the Supreme Court in some ways. The FASB is the current governing board. After the Securities and Exchange Commission came into play because of the Great Depression, they were charged by the government for the first time of doing this type of regulation and oversight of the financial reporting process, because people blamed the market crash on accounting and lack of reporting standards. And so the SEC was charged with that responsibility, but then delegated it to the FASB, or some people call it FASB. My main role during the fellowship is to, again, be like I did in my presidency with Financial Accounting Reporting section of the AAA, to be a bridge builder and to engage the academic community in a way that hopefully makes the research that we do as academics more relevant to the debates that the Financial Accounting Standards Board is currently struggling with. And also to interact with people who are the constituency of the FASB, which includes not only academics, but actually more importantly, the preparers of financial accounting information, which would be like the CEOs, CFOs. The CEO and the CFO have to take responsibility for the financial reporting information now. And so they represent the preparers. Then there's the auditors of the information. There are also a number of practice fellows. And the practice fellows come from the auditing profession, mainly. They present to the FASB the views of the auditors, and the users would be represented by financial analysts. So this is the group of people that really dig into the information, because it's too much for any single investor to absorb. There's a disconnect between what the users want to see in the information and the way it's presented. And the FASB is aware of that, and so they took on what they call a financial statement presentation project to try to make the financial statements more user-friendly. The one that usually comes to people's mind is the Convergence Project, where the FASB is working with the IASB, which stands for International Accounting Standards Board. There's more than 100 countries that have adopted some form of international financial reporting standards, which differ from U.S. financial reporting standards. So there's now a lot of pressure on the FASB to conform, or at least converge towards, the international accounting standards. And that's a huge hot button issue. Try to bring the problems that I understand better by interacting with all these constituencies of the FASB and with the board members themselves, bring these problems to the academic community and say, is there research that we can do that could help to inform the debates? I think the biggest challenge is that academics in accounting, I think rightly so, have been under fire for the research not being relevant to what practitioners are really interested in, and policymakers. And academics tend to get rewarded in institutions like the University of Colorado for publishing in what's known as the top academic journals. These journals are read by other academics, but not so much by practitioners. And so it reflects well on the Leeds School, because it's an honor to be chosen, and secondly because I think it shows that we're interested in connecting with the real world and with the problems that exist in the world and trying to do something about it.